This is so hard. Like, who decided these beauty metrics that are causing little girls to not feel comfortable in their own skin? Welcome back to another Reacts Raw, where I have no idea what I'm about to watch. My producers have picked out for me girls ages 6 to 18 talk about body image. And going through this, these girls are going to talk about some pretty important things. So let's dive in and see what the fuss is all about.
Among my friends, the biggest insecurity is probably like what their body looks like. Not so much their face, but what their body is. Like, they always complain like, oh, I'm too chubby, or like, oh, I look like this.
I have struggled with my body. Yeah, I feel sometimes really insecure in my own skin about it. My legs, for instance, there's that whole entire trend in the media about the thigh gap. Like, I don't have that. Like, that makes me not normal, that makes me not beautiful. I think I've gotten to the point where I accept that. I don't know, I still kind of struggle with that.
I have this friend who's super skinny and because she's always dancing, and I feel like I wish that my mom says I'm skinny or something, but not all the time that makes you really think that you're actually skinny, because it's from your mom or your dad, and they just tell you the best things about you. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. And so I wear black leggings because I feel they make me look small or skinny.
People used to call me fat all the time, and it would really bring me down.
Especially within my friend group at school, all the girls are so skinny, it's crazy. I don't think I'm large or anything like that, but I'm definitely not as skinny as all my friends. And I used to really struggle with that, especially in the beginning of the years of high school.
I just want to kind of fit in the best that I can.
Sometimes my height comes into being insecure because I'm so much taller than most of my friends. I was by far the tallest girl, always. And up until about literally senior year of high school this year, I was taller than a lot of the boys in my class. I hated it. It drove me crazy. I would come back from camp even, and my mom would always say to me oh, you have the tall girl slouch. You have to stand up more, because I'd literally slouch. So I was shorter.
They would say all sorts of things to me, and it was really hurtful, but I just brushed it off.
The other day.
It's so hard. These girls talking about these ways that they're comparing themselves to social media, not having a thigh gap, being skinny, wearing the black leggings to minimize, being too tall, and you can hear the pain in their voices by the way that they get choked up while they're speaking, or all of a sudden their voice just drops and they can't even get the air out of their vocal cords because it still is hitting so close to home, and you can tell that they're trying to work on it. These girls want to be confident. They want to believe that their body is beautiful, that they have something to offer everybody else out in the world. And it's really hard, and it's hard to watch, even with the standards that we have, and being a woman, having a daughter, and knowing all of these messages that these girls are getting. One of these girls is 7 years old. It's heartbreaking, and I love that they're talking about this right now.
This girl I know posted on her Finsta saying people that don't look good in bikinis shouldn't go out in public in bikinis, and it started this whole big thing, and it hurt a lot of my own friends' feelings.
The other day, actually, I saw a comment on one of my really good friends. It was saying, "You're so fat, you need to lose weight."
When I was in middle school, they had Decade Day. I dressed as Madonna, and the kid in my grade came up to me and he goes, "Who are you supposed to be?" I'm like, I'm Madonna. And he goes, "Isn't Madonna supposed to be skinny?" What do you even say to that?
In 8th grade, I didn't necessarily struggle with an eating disorder, but I definitely went through periods of time where I would be fasting.
Lately, there are a lot of people out there who advertise having a larger butt or larger breasts and then a tiny skinny waist.
I know a term nowadays is slim thick, so even if some parts of you are slim, other parts of you have to be full, and it has to be a good balance. And everything in your face, everything has to be proportional.
Honestly, I just don't really feel comfortable in my own skin sometimes.
Oh, this is so hard. Who decided these beauty metrics that are causing little girls to not feel comfortable in their own skin. As a human being, at the very basic level of who we are, we should be able to be safe and confident in our own skin. It's so hard, and I'm glad that people like Allure and Dove are bringing this out into the world, these conscious messages where we can see what's happening to these young generations. It's no wonder there's so much anxiety and so much depression when from such a young age they're taught that who they are isn't good enough. What they look like, what they sound like, and things that they love aren't good enough for them because they don't fit the right body type. And it's weird because we look back in history and we see all the paintings from generations past, or we've got big voluptuous women laying around and in the chubbiness of their bodies and the beauty of their skin. And there's a part of me that wants to bring that back. How can we get to this place where we are just comfortable in our own skin? We deserve that as humans. We deserve to feel confident and safe and like we belong in our own skin.
I just don't look in the mirror often and just call it a day. I just don't feel comfortable about my height, how my face structure is, sometimes the nose. I don't know. I just avoid looking in the mirror because if I do, then I'll just think of how I want to be. But if I don't, I just think, hey, this is how I am. Let's deal with it.
I would just say find something that you love on your body. You have to love something.
I like about my body is that I have good muscles in my leg from doing all that flipping and cartwheel and handstands. I have strong arms and legs for gymnastics. My body's strong. I could almost do a split.
I really like my eyes. I think they're really big and nice. I have green eyes, I like them.
My eyes.
My eyes.
I like how everything looks and how everything is on the inside also.
I like my skin color because it's different than most people and it's just unique about me.
Sometimes I look into the mirror and I'm like, I'm so beautiful, and that makes me feel better.
It's always put into people's head that you have to wear a two-piece when you go to the beach, or if you're fat, then you wear a one-piece. That's totally not true. I'm not the smallest person, I'm not the biggest person, but I do have curves and I do have parts of my body that I'm not ashamed of, so I do wear a two-piece. And if people don't like it, I don't care. You can look away, I'm sorry. I'm confident in my body. And if you don't like that, then there's maybe something that you're not confident about your own body.
If girls think that there's only one standard of beauty, then they'll feel left out if people like them are included in that dialogue. So if there's more representation, then you won't feel like that need to have to change yourself in order to conform to society's beauty standards. So I feel like being able to be more inclusive will really mend that gap.
When people watch this video,
I love that the first half of this video, they're talking about all of the reasons why they haven't felt like their best selves or their most confident selves. And then the second half of the video is giving them an opportunity to say something that they love about themselves. And it's so important as a first step to find at least one thing that you can love about yourself, one thing that you can focus on and expand it from there. And I love how the other girl said, yeah, if somebody's judging me, it's about them. And it's so true. All of these beauty standards, all of these painful ideas, these judgments that are being cast upon us are being given to us by people who are not loving and whole and complete within themselves. If they were, they'd be feeling good, and we know that when people feel good, they do good. When we feel good, we say good things. And so finding a group of people that you can surround yourself with who are positive-minded, who are loving, who can see you for who you really are.
they might think to themselves, I am empowered. You know what? I am pretty. I am who I am.
Love that. You are who you are, and who you are is beautiful. and who you are is enough. And I encourage you to surround yourself with people who will see you as that, who will see you as you really are on the outside and on the inside. And I encourage you to discover that place within yourself where you can stand with confidence and say, this is me. This is me in this hair and this skin and these eyes and these thighs. Whatever it is, this is me. And the people who are going to matter in your life will be the ones that go, yeah. And who that is pretty amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Shannon Ray. This has been your Ray of Sunshine, and I invite you to check out our next video where we do a raw reaction to Selena Gomez's trailer of My Mind and Me. See you there.